Do you need? Who do you love when you come undone? Who do you need? Who do you love? Who do you love? What's going on with this? All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to video journal something. I'm in this program. It's called Cn365, and they help you use the sun to manifest your goals for the year. Excuse me. So right now, we're moving into the planting phase, and we just got out of the planning phase. The planting phase starts on November 5th, and we were learning to trust our inner guidance, always listening to that little voice inside. It says, isn't that what you've been mastering for nearly 45 days? Well, I don't know. I believe mastering means being aware and becoming acutely and maybe chronically aware of certain things. So have I been mastering being in tune with myself? Well, kind of. Yeah, getting messages, listening to messages. I'm always believed everything was a sign anyway. So what they want you to do, and I really don't feel like writing this because I'm kind of scared to face it. I don't want to think that hard. So since I have my trusty glass of wine, which I'm just now getting back into drinking. As you can see, I haven't even had that much, and I'm already a little bit like, woo, I don't know. So your current experiences are your crops from last year's sowing. Okay, so my current experiences are loss of a friend, or maybe it's going through some kind of transition. I don't know. A job that a job that has a lot of freedom, but a job that doesn't pay me what I'm worth. A job that I'm able to be myself. I don't really have to feel constrained. It's not a corporate gig. A job where I have a lot of freedom. If I need to take time off, I mean, I might piss people off, but I can do that. But the job is not my purpose, but it is an environment where I can do some of my purpose. I work in a hair salon where I get to give people shampoos. You know, it's kind of like against the law, but I do it, and I get to massage them. I get to give them scalp massages. You know, this I enjoy. It gets tiring after a while, but this I enjoy. So there are good and bad things about this job. I'm living back with my sister. So I had my place for 2 months, and now I'm back living with somebody. I feel free. I don't feel like a burden. I've let go of that bullshit. Like, I am an asset, you know. I'm not a burden. But at the same time, I do get restless at times to want to get my own place and stuff. So, the questions, you know, that's just an overview. Some of the things that came off from the top of my head, but these are the questions I must answer. What has manifested for me this season? Again, like I said, I got the new job. So I did find steady income, but it's not really my ideal job. What kind of relationships do I want to experience? Okay, I've got some pretty good relationships right now. I've got relationships with male and female. They're sexual and non-sexual. They're platonic and they're not platonic. They're more than friends, but it's like this spiritual, deep connection that we're both understanding, me and the other person, whoever that person may be, that there's a greater purpose for us being in each other's life. So that is something I have manifested. These relationships haven't. Huh? Here. Oh, thank you. Okay. Male and male. Anyway. So I've manifested these relationships where they have no titles. Where we get to experience one another in deep, profound ways, sometimes creatively, sometimes sexually, sometimes mentally, which I love. sometimes emotionally, and they're kind of like these deeper connections. I do feel that kind of like manifesting, and I love that. But would I like something more steady? Not necessarily, but I really would like something that is a little bit more sustainable, and something that is, I don't even want to say secure, but something that just is a little bit more consistent, you know? So I want something sustainable and consistent. I still want that deeper connection. I want it to get even deeper. I want it to be extremely sexually explorative and blissful, and also explorative of other aspects like mental, you know, and all that stuff. What do I want my finances to look like? I want to be manifesting like $300 an hour to start, because I believe that if you're going to be healing somebody, and especially with the clientele that I'd like to work with, I've always kind of been involved with higher, they call it higher end. I mean, it's just people with more money. I mean, it's not like they're better than anybody else, but higher end, you know, clientele. Like, you have a mix. You have the college student, to the person who just doesn't want to spend the money, to the person who has the money and doesn't care how much it costs. The person who has the money and doesn't care how much it costs because they just always have it and it's not even an issue, that is the kind of clientele that I'd like to work with. So it won't be an issue for them to spend that kind of money. So what do I want my finances to look like? I want my finances to look like I'm working maybe 20 hours a week and I'm getting like $2,500 a week. Like, I want something that allows me to live lavishly and freely. It doesn't mean that I'm going to spend money frivolously on stupid stuff, but I'm beginning to see that there is value in certain things, and I don't want to have a problem spending that. So I just want way more than enough, and I want to make the kind of money where I feel like, okay, yes, an hour of my time doing what I do is worth this much. You're paying me what I'm worth. There's a respect there, you know, there's a respect there. So I'm not there yet. Who will I be in 2013? Well, if you check my blog, which is www.halicetalks.wordpress.com, I talk a lot about manifesting goddesshood. So for me, I decided that I want to be great anytime, not just in 2013, but for the rest of my life. I look at 2013 as a huge major shift in who I want to be. I was so stuck on having a baby, and it's not that I don't want to, but I wanted to become pregnant with something, and I see that there are many different levels in which you could become pregnant. This can be a creative thing, and you know, I want to write a book. So I want to be great in what I do. I think that I'm going to pursue massage. This is what the current job has allowed me to kind of see, so I can't totally knock it. So in 2013, I want to be moving into that. You know, studying massage, getting better at it, and really basically being a healer through touch. You know, that is one of the things I want to do. And I want to create. I want to be able to study this so that I can make more money. You know what I mean? So I can have more time to do the things that I want to do, like writing. You know, that's one of the things. So, yeah, we're supposed to create. So I'm supposed to come up with some objectives or goals. Okay. This is it. So some of the examples that they have here. I am so fortunate to have found the love of my life. It feels effortless and blissful. I love my new romance. I'm so excited to feel passionate about my life and marriage. Huh? Oh. I'm so happy. Oh, okay. I'm so excited to feel passionate about my life and marriage. Focusing on me is fun and sexy. I love my bliss-filled life. Okay, so maybe one of my goals could go like this. I'm so happy to have moved into a space where I'm focusing on my life's purpose, and it is ever manifesting before my eyes. I love my educational experience. I love my school. I love my job because I get to make money doing what I love. I don't know, maybe that's a start. Also, I'm so happy to have, I don't know if maybe I want to work on the relationship with me rather than finding someone. I was so dead set on wanting to get married. Maybe I'm not the marrying kind. You can check that out on my blog too. In the post called Tears for Fears, I talked a little bit about that. But let's see. I'm so happy. London, I'm so happy to have created the space and the self-love within myself to attract people who are on the same higher vibration as me. I'm so happy to have attracted many soulmates in which I could have a deep, profound connection with. It feels so good to just be free, be myself, and not have to worry about if me being attracted to someone else is wrong or if me making love with this person is wrong. It feels so good to truly be free. So, another one. I'm so fortunate to have manifested the amount of money that I want, but putting in the amount of time that I do. I'm happy to have a specialty. I'm happy to have a specialty. I'm happy to be moving into a space where I can say that this is what I do, which could be massage, which also could be writing. I'm happy to have found something that I know I'm going to do for the rest of my life, forever, and that is be a writer, a blogger, or whatever you want to call it. And I do need a sense of adventure, so I am thrilled beyond words to continue to live a life of risk-taking, taking chances, going out on a limb, and just following my fucking bliss to the end of the fucking rainbow. Like, I'm so happy about that. It's just, I'm happy to have moved to another country, to have lived in another country and experienced a different culture and further found myself. That's something I want to do in 2013. Definitely travel. Yeah, so I have to kind of work this out a little bit more. But I think that verbally getting it out has been a lot easier for me than writing it, because I didn't want to look at what I had manifested, because right now, even though I feel good and I've got certain things that are like going well, there are other things where I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? How did it get this bad? You know, so it was a little bit scary to think about what I had manifested over the past year. I wasn't doing this type of work at this time last year, so I don't know what kind of intentions I was putting out there. But now I have a better understanding, and when you know better, you do better. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, stay tuned. I might do one of these again.